This episode of the Recovery Couch is brought to you by JB Davis at Performance Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. For integrity, service, and unbeatable deals, ask for JB in Centerville and tell them the Recovery Couch sent you. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Recovery Couch. I'm Brandon Couch, and we are doing a mini-series called Don't Get It Perfect, Just Get It Started. Today, I want to remind you of something I wish I'd learned a lot sooner in my recovery process. Clarity doesn't come before the step. It comes with the step. Clarity comes with movement. So many of us sit around waiting on a sign. I know I have, waiting for God to show us the whole blueprint before we get to work. But sometimes God only gives you the next brick, the next assignment, the next task, not the whole project. And we don't need all the answers to get started. We just need faith, enough of it to move. When I started my recovery journey, I had no idea how it would turn out. Had no idea who I would become. I didn't know how long it would take. All I knew was that I couldn't stay where I was. And so I moved. Even in confusion, even in fear. Shit, I even felt weak. I moved in my weakness. I wasn't strong. Not then. And here's what I learned. I didn't have the clarity I wanted before I began to move. The clarity came because I started moving. It's in the doing, not the dreaming. That direction that starts to form. It's in the walking that you start to see the path. It's in the surrender that God starts to reveal the next step. Faith isn't having all the answers. It's trusting God and trusting Him enough to move without the answers. Some of us become paralyzed, not because we're lazy, but because we're afraid of getting it wrong. It's paralysis by analysis. We overanalyze the situation and we never get it started. But hear this. You can't steer a parked car. You have to start driving for God to direct your route. So you're going to have to take some risk if you want some reward. You're going to have to make a call. You're going to have to go to a meeting. You're going to have to pray the prayer. You're going to have to start that thing, whatever that thing is. You're going to have to start it. Even if it's messy, even if it's unclear, even if your voice shakes when you speak, the movement, your movement, will reveal what sitting still never, ever, ever will. Movement will reveal it. You don't have to know exactly where you're going. You just have to trust the one who's leading your way. So if you're waiting on a sign, well, here it is. Move. Move, bro. There's your sign. You got the ideas in your head right now. You know what you need to do. You know what you want to do. Do it. There's your sign. Not because you have it all figured out, but because that's how you figure it out. Movement. And just know I'm saying that out of love and know that I'm saying that out of life experience. I'd love to thank you for sitting with me today on the Recovery Couch. I want to remind you of my book, Step 4, A Journey Through My Addiction, releases this fall, and it's full of chapters just like this. Uncertain steps that turned into divine appointments. But until then, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss episode 11. Start ugly and stay real. We're going to talk about authenticity over image and why being real will always matter more than being polished. Until then, keep moving. Your clarity is coming. And remember, you always have a seat right here on the Recovery Couch. This episode is brought to you by Greg Swartz at Remax Victory and Affiliates. Whether you're buying or selling your home, Greg brings heart, hustle, and honesty to every deal. Call Greg at 937-477-8975 today.